Hi, in this presentation we will be talking about child development theories and theorists. So the following theories that were developed were based on observation of young children. And as early care and education professionals, we are often relied on to be experts on child development. We base our expertise on what we have learned and what we have observed. So at the same time, this is the same thing that these theorists do. So first of all, I want to talk about what is the difference between a theory and a fact. A theory is a set of statements or principles devised to explain a group of facts or phenomena, especially one that has been repeatedly tested or is widely accepted and can be used to make predictions about natural phenomena. A fact is knowledge or information based on real occurrences. So remember that theories are not facts, but they serve to guide our thinking and practice. So the people that we will be looking at here, they are theorists. And so each of them might say things that are totally different, but they are based on something that they have repeatedly tested, and some of these things are widely accepted. But it's important for us as early care and education practitioners to be aware of what the theorists say about children and child development. So the thing is, with this video that we're watching, I'm going to introduce you to different theorists. And with these theorists, you have to make a choice which one you would like to learn more about. And you will write a paper, at least a minimum of 500 words, about the theorists that you've chosen to learn more about. And so I will repeat that one more time. A paper, minimum of 500 words. And to make sure that you include your references or your resources on the theorists that you would like to learn more about. You will also be required to read your fellow classmates' papers and respond as to how they are the same or how they are different. So the first theorist that I want to introduce you to is Lev Vygotsky. He's a Russian child psychologist. He talked about the 4 dimensions to children's learning: the social dimension, tool dimension, contextual dimension, and the creative dimension. Then the next one I would like to introduce you to, first of all, he talks about the zone of proximal development. Don't want to talk about that too much because that is something that you will be studying and writing about yourself. So that is one of the things that he introduced, was a zone of proximal development. The next theorist is Jean Piaget, and he was a developmental psychologist, and he talked about the 4 stages of development. And those 4 stages of development include the sensory motor stage, the pre-operational stage, the concrete operational stage, and the formal operational stage. It may be something that you've already heard about and learned about previously, but those are the theories that he introduced. And then there's Erik Erikson. He's a psychologist that introduced the theory of psychosocial development and the different stages. And Erikson was a psychologist at Harvard Medical School, and he talked about 8 different developmental stages. Then there's Yuri Bronfenbrenner, and he was a Russian-American psychologist, which he introduced the ecological systems theory of child development. He talked about the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, and the macro system. So he may be one that you will choose to do your report on. And then we have Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner is still with us, and he introduced the theory of multiple intelligences. This is probably one that most of us are very familiar with, when he talks about linguistic, logical, mathematical, auditory or musical, vitally, kinesthetic, visual, spatial, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and natural. So he may be one that you would like to learn more about as well. Then we have Ellen Galinsky, and her book is called Mind in the Making, and she has another book called 6 Stages of Parenthood. Now, she is a child development education specialist who works for the Families and Work Institute, and she talked about the 7 essential skills or 7 essential life skills that every child needs. And you see the 7 skills listed here. And so these are the ones that you have to choose from. And so you need to write a paper that is a minimum of 500 pages. 500 words, and include at least 3 resources. And then you will read the other students' papers. And you don't have to read all of them, but I would like you to read at least 2 other people that did not choose your same person, and then respond to what they said and talk about the differences and anything that's the same.